China emerging as a new campaign issue in the race for the White House, a marked shift has been observed in U.S. President Donald Trump's demeanor. Before COVID-19 and despite U.S.-China trade tensions, President Donald Trump exhibited a largely favorable view of China, or specifically of Chinese President Xi Jinping. But now, with the coronavirus pandemic and allegations against China and the World Health Organization, President Trump has been forced to change track. Highly placed U.S. officials said to be close to Trump say that as a man who has come from the world of business, the one thing that influences his decision-making and worldview are numbers. From financial reports to valuations, approval ratings in particular, as he is often seen using them in his arguments to attack critical sections of the press, he considers his following to be like the ratings on a television show, better than any approval poll. But the coronavirus pandemic has changed everything, from the economy to the global outlook to organizational or human behavior. The coronavirus numbers being reported from America have forced a decidedly Trumpified White House to change. This week, President Trump's earlier praise of President Xi Jinping stood in stark contrast with new responses critical of China and the WHO. The U.S. President has also had to task various intelligence agencies to investigate the role of China in magnifying the coronavirus pandemic. This week, a revelatory poll showed that U.S. citizens are appearing to lose faith in what their president said about the pandemic. President Trump's statement last week about exploring the idea of injecting disinfectants or UV light to kill the virus has drawn condemnation from not only the medical community, but from Americans at large. What made President Trump change his tune is that even within his base of lifelong Republicans, there was near unanimous dismissal of his suggestion. Due to these numbers, President Trump was forced to issue a clarification that he was simply being sarcastic. Campaign ads released last week by both Trump and the Biden campaign cast the opponent as being weak on China. The war of words is likely to get more strident as November draws closer and as the numbers of COVID-19 cases and deaths increase. President Trump has also painted Biden as Beijing's candidate of choice, calling him their dream candidate in a tweet last week. Tough talk on China tends to resonate well with voters. In view of this, President Trump has tempered his rhetoric. Unfavorable views of China cut across party lines, with more than 90% of Americans viewing China's power and influence as a threat to the U.S. Yet fewer Democrats than Republicans hold a negative view of China. 62% to 72% respectively, Republicans continue to be more wary of China than Democrats. Still, negative views of China increased slightly among Democrats this year, so partisans of both stripes are now largely negative towards the superpower. Older Americans, however, still take a more negative stance than the younger generation on most aspects of the U.S.-China relationship.